Hello, my name is Steve, and this is episode 14 of Walking in the Divine Word. And the subject of this one is demons. It's something interesting you've probably never heard of in church. I saw some comic books where the heroes and villains had some pretty strange names. I thought, where did they come up with these weird sounding names? Names have meanings. So I began to look up some of these names. Some of these names were the names of demons. This is especially true of those published by Marvel Comics. This happened maybe 14, 17 years ago. And I started making a list of the names of demons that, so to speak, went undercover, disguising themselves and resurfacing as the mythical gods of pagan nations like Greece, Roman, and Hindu gods and others. All nations seem to have their own mythical gods. The legends are all myth, but the demons are not. Mythical gods are actually demons that want to be desired, to be worshipped, to be admired, to be enjoyed. So when pagans are praising their mythical gods, they are really giving glory to demons, and that's what the demons want. The book of Enoch, which used to be in all the Bibles until Rome took it out, has one verse in chapter 19, a prophecy given from long ago. And here it is. Speaking of the angel Uriel, and the scripture says, "And Uriel said to me," said to Enoch that is, "Here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits assuming many different forms." That's why we have all these different weird looking creatures in Marvel Comics also. "Many different forms, and defiling mankind, and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods," or you might say superheroes. Here's what the scriptures say in Leviticus 17, verses 6 and 7. "And the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar of the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and burn the fat for sweet favor unto the Lord, and they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils, after whom they have gone a-whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations." In Deuteronomy chapter 32, verses 16 and 17, talking about God's people, he says, "They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed to devils, not to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that newly came up, whom your fathers feared not, because they didn't know about them. Came newly up, meaning they created mythical gods." 2 Chronicles chapter 11, verse 15 says, "And they ordained him priests for the high places, and for the devils, and for the calves which he had made." Psalm 106, 37, 39 says, Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of the sons and their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan. And the land was polluted with blood, and they were defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own inventions. Revelations 9 verse 20 says, And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. I met a young man a long time ago that was playing video games. And one of the video games he was playing, his favorite at the time, was called Prince of Persia. That was the video game. And the Prince of Persia was a hero. That's really about all I knew about the game, other than the title. But the title sent off alarm bells, because the Prince of Persia is mentioned in the Bible as a demon, pure and simple. And what it was there's a hierarchy among demons, and angels for that matter, but there's a hierarchy. There's like a governmental system among them, where some are ranking higher than others. Some have authority over a few, some have authority over many. The Prince of Persia was the demon in charge of Iran. Back in the day, Iran's country name was Persia. So that's when I started on my quest to look up the names in some of these Marvel productions and see if they too were demonic names. And they were. Not all of them, but quite a few. So I started making a list. I found the site. You can find anything online. But I found a site where they're listing spiritual names of both good angels, bad angels, and the demon offsprings of the Nephilim. There were untold thousands of names. Untold thousands. And so I compiled this list in alphabetical order of a lot of them, many pages of them. And for each letter of the alphabet, there were hundreds of names for each page. And it was not complete. There's no way to complete the list because they're looking up on the internet and doing some investigation. There are millions. So I had good reason for it, though. I figured if anybody had a name of some modern-day hero in the Marvel comics or video games that have weird-sounding names, if they were curious about that name, they could send me that name and I would look it up for them and tell them if I had any information on it or not. And that offer extends to anybody and everybody that wants to inquire. But each nation has their own mythical names, and each mythical name is not a myth. It's the name of a demon who wants attention. That's all there is to it. Okay, well, that's a short episode. There wasn't much to it. But I appreciate you watching. And until we meet again, Shalom.